On December 29, 2024, a devastating plane crash occurred in South Korea, claiming the lives of 175 passengers and 4 crew members. This incident is recognized as the deadliest aviation disaster of the year. A viral video surfaced, showing the aircraft attempting a belly landing with its landing gear not deployed. The plane skidded along the runway and collided with a concrete wall, sparking a fire that led to the tragic loss of life. Investigations are ongoing to determine why the landing gear failed, with some experts suggesting a bird strike as a potential cause. The aircraft and its journey. The ill-fated flight was operated by a Boeing 737-800, which had the capacity to carry 189 passengers. Originally acquired by Ryanair in 2009, the aircraft was later leased to Jeju Air in 2017. Jeju Air, a South Korean airline, has been operational since 2005. The plane had completed 2,136 flights before the crash, with no prior maintenance issues reported. On December 29, the flight took off from Bangkok's Suvarnabhumi Airport at 2:02 am, carrying 181 people, including 175 passengers and 6 crew members. The majority of passengers were South Koreans, returning from a 5-day Christmas tour in Bangkok. The captain had over 6,800 hours of flight experience, while the first officer had logged 1,650 hours. The flight progressed without issues until it neared Muan International Airport at 8:54 am. At 8:57 am, the pilots received a warning about a potential bird strike. Shortly after, the pilots issued an emergency signal, though the exact events inside the cockpit remain unclear as the flight data and cockpit voice recorders have yet to be released. It's believed that a bird strike may have caused engine failure, prompting the emergency landing. At 9 am, the pilots attempted an emergency landing, but the landing gear failed to deploy. Despite this, the pilots executed a belly landing, with the plane sliding along the runway. Unfortunately, the aircraft collided with a concrete wall, causing it to catch fire. The intense fire engulfed the front and middle sections of the plane, leaving only the rear intact. Survivors and casualties of the 181 people on board, only 2 crew members survived. They were seated at the rear of the aircraft, which remained intact after the crash. The survivors, a 32-year-old male and a 25-year-old female, were treated for injuries at Mokpo Central Hospital. The rest of the passengers, including several government employees and civil servants, perished in the crash. Emergency personnel are still recovering bodies from the crash site, with many remains found scattered up to 200 meters away. The condition of the bodies is severely compromised, with most being charred beyond recognition. Investigations and expert opinions. The investigation is focused on why the landing gear did not deploy. Initial reports suggest a bird strike as a possible cause, given Muan International Airport's history of bird strikes. The airport is located near bird habitats and feeding grounds, increasing the risk of bird strikes, especially during early morning and evening hours. Some experts argue that bird strikes alone could not have caused the landing gear failure. Aviation safety expert Eugene Abramovich highlighted that even with engine failure, pilots can manually deploy the landing gear using a set of levers. It remains unclear why this mechanism was not utilized. The role of the concrete wall. A significant point of contention is the presence of a concrete wall at the end of the runway. Normally, runways are designed with safety zones free of hard structures. The wall, which contained navigation equipment, was placed 250 meters from the runway's end, contrary to best safety practices. Experts believe that the wall's presence directly contributed to the fatalities. If the wall had not been there, the plane could have slowed down naturally, possibly avoiding the fire. South Korea's aviation authorities have pledged to review relevant regulations to prevent such incidents in the future. Conclusion: this tragic event has raised critical questions about airport safety, aircraft maintenance, and emergency procedures. The loss of life has deeply impacted the aviation community and the families of the victims. As investigations continue, the focus remains on uncovering the exact cause of the crash and implementing measures to prevent similar disasters. Our thoughts are with the victims and their families during this difficult time.